Hi everybody, today I am going to be showing you guys how to create a full custom party in Baldur's Gate 3. For whatever reason, Larian Studios decided you could only have one custom character at a time. I'm not really sure why that is, because you could obviously still create a custom party of 4. It's just kind of convoluted and it's a weird workaround. So I'm not sure why they decided to make this choice. I have a feeling it'll be patched in the future or a mod will come out that fixes this, but it's very strange to me. I don't quite understand it. There are some caveats to this and a couple small downsides that I'll explain later, but let's just get into it. The first thing you're going to do is just open your game normally through the launcher, and then you want to either create a new game or you could load an existing game. However, you need to make sure you have your party slots open depending on how many custom characters you want. So to do that, you just talk to the characters that you have in your party and ask them to go back to camp, and they will leave your party. So it will help if you go to your video settings and put it on windowed mode for this. You're gonna basically have to be opening multiple instances of the game at the same time, and it does kind of bog down your computer. So you could also lower your settings a bit if your computer isn't good enough. Windows mode just kind of helps you go back and forth between the windows more easily. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. It's not necessary, but that might help you. So the first thing you're going to do is either create a new game, like I said, or load an existing one. I'm just going to create a new game for this example. We'll go ahead and hit that. Doesn't matter which setting. Okay, so here we are at the character creation screen. You're just going to do the normal process. This is just like if you were to start the game normally. There's nothing special here. Create your first custom character. I'm just going to go ahead and go with this. Doesn't even matter. Proceed. Venture forth. So here we are in game. The first thing you're going to want to do is hit escape. You're going to go to session. And then up here at session manager, you're going to click this cog wheel. And you're going to want to check direct connections. Basically, you're going to be inviting your custom character into your party and then saving it to your save file. Now, you won't have to... Originally, you're going to have to open up multiple instances of the game to make the character, but after that, you don't need to have a bunch of copies of the game running, and you could reset your graphics settings after too. But you're going to go ahead and do direct connection, hit copy to keyboard, and now what you want to do is go into your Steam library, find Baldur's Gate here, right click on it, go to manage, go to browse local files. This will point you to the directory where your install is. Mine's on my D drive. Yours might be on your Windows. If you only have one hard drive, it might be on C. Whatever it is, it'll open it up for you, so it doesn't matter. Go into bin and you'll see bg3.exe. So you're going to open up basically another copy of Baldur's Gate. So go ahead and double click that and it will open up a second. You can see down here we have 2 instances of Baldur's Gate running now. Okay, so once you have your second copy of Baldur's Gate open, you're going to go ahead and go to multiplayer. You're going to hit direct connect, and you're going to go ahead and just paste that code right in here. You could hit that button or press Control V on your keyboard, and you're going to hit connect. This is basically going to connect you to the first copy of Baldur's Gate that you just opened before this. And really all you're doing is inviting yourself to the game and saving it to that save file. So here you go. This is where you're going to create your second custom character, and just to show you guys that it is in fact a different character, I'm just going to do this. Just hit proceed. I'll just rename it. And go ahead and load in the game. So there you go. That's pretty much all there is to it, honestly. If you want to create a third and fourth custom character, make sure you keep these 2 copies of the game open. Then you're just going to go back into your Baldur's Gate folder, open up bg3.exe again. That'll launch a third instance of the game. You're going to do the exact same thing, paste in the code, connect, make your character, and then for the fourth character, you're going to do the exact same thing once again. Once you have all 4 of those characters created, you can go ahead and close out of the copies of the game that you opened and just keep the original. So I'll go ahead and just exit out of the second copy of Baldur's Gate that we made. So now basically all you want to do is save your game. So I'm just going to save this as test. And that's all there is to it. You have your full custom party. Now, like I said, there are some caveats to it, and I will go ahead and explain that right now. So here you go. Here's proof that you could have a full custom party. As you can see, these are all custom characters that I made. Now, the downside, if you want to call it that, is that once you have your custom characters, you cannot remove them from your party. So that means you can't switch them out for an origin character midway through. Once they're here, saved to your game, they're saved to your game for good. The only way to get rid of them is to reload a save that didn't have them in here to begin with. Other than that, you are stuck with them. So if you want to switch to an origin character or another character, a hireling or something, you cannot do that. The downside is that you might be missing out on some story lines with the origin characters, since you can't actually interact between your custom characters. Like, there's no, as you can see, there's no dialogue option for them. They will still progress through the story and stuff. It's just that you'll miss out on a little bit of origin character lore, I guess, since they're not going to be in your party venturing with you and discovering stuff. If that's not a big deal, then go for an all custom party. So you can't send them, like with the origin characters, you could talk to them and send them back to your camp. You cannot do that with these characters. They will not go back to your camp. There's no way to get them to disband from your party. So just keep that in mind. That's about the only downside I could see. So you might not, I'm not actually sure how the romance options work. You could still talk to them in your camp. I'll actually show you that right now. Okay, so just to show you that with your custom character, you can actually still talk to them in the camp.
Well, hello. What can I do for you? What's to tell?
It's just that you can't bring them into the party with you. That's the only difference. And if you try to interact with one of your custom characters to another, there's just no option for dialogue. Like how, for example, I could just interact with him. You see the dialogue bubbles pop up. So you're not going to be talking between your custom characters, but you can still talk to the camp members. Not sure how much that affects romance and stuff. Like I said, you'll probably miss out on some lore, but that's just, for whatever reason, I mean, it just kind of makes sense because you're not bringing anybody with you in your party. Another little interesting thing, even though this doesn't matter at all, is that you could actually have, in the beginning tutorial area, a party of 5. Because Lae'zel comes with you. If you free Shadowheart, she'll just run away. So technically, for like a second, you could have a party of 5. But once you're done with the tutorial area, you go back to your party of 4, and you can't recruit any more characters after that. So don't get your hopes up if you see that she's in your party in the beginning. Once you're done with the tutorial area, she will no longer be with you, and you can't recruit anybody. Just something interesting that I thought of. And that's about it. Like I said, I don't really understand the dev's choice to not just let you have multiple custom characters in the beginning. I don't know why you have to go through this convoluted method of like opening up different instances of the game and inviting yourself. But I wouldn't be surprised if they change this. Anyway, I hope this helps some of you guys. It was a little weird to do in the beginning, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you figure other stuff out, let me know. But that's going to be about that, and I hope you guys enjoy Baldur's Gate 3. I've been having a blast. I will see you later.